Hey friends, welcome. Grateful that you're here. Today I'm going to walk you through a 15-minute morning yoga flow for beginners. It's also good for all levels. If you need to modify anything, please feel free to do so. Your practice is different than mine, so make sure that wherever you're moving through, you're still able to have a nice steady breath so that you're relaxing deeply into each posture, okay? Let's get started here in table position. Start by rounding our spine towards the ceiling. Inhale, head rises, belly button drops towards the floor. Exhale. Inhale one last time. Exhale. Just going to get our shoulders warmed up here, lowering down into thread the needle. You're going to take your right hand, slide it underneath your left armpit. We're not collapsing here, just sort of stay a little bit engaged and try to keep as much space as you can in your chest body. And on your next inhale, come all the way back up. And on your exhale, left hand slides underneath our right armpit. On our inhale, coming all the way up, we're going to walk our hands way out in front of us into this puppy pose variation, lowering down onto our forearms. Again, just opening up our shoulders, getting ready to come up into our downward facing dog. Last breath here. Coming all the way up. Going to sit up onto our heels for a moment here. If this is too much, you can curl your toes this way or you can sit back. I can't sit all the way back because I've got a healing ankle, as some of you already know. So we're just going to take our shoulders here, start to roll our shoulders around. And the other way. One of the best ways to loosen your shoulders or to release tension in your shoulders is to engage. Clench everything up really tight and then exhale. Really tight, up we go. And exhale. Good. Coming out onto our hands. Going to curl our toes under, make our way up into our downward facing dog. You can either stay just here silently, just enjoying the lack of movement. And some people like to sort of walk it out here, stretching out into their heels just a little bit. But wherever you are, just try not to overdo it. We're just getting warmed up. We're going to lower down onto our knees one more time. We're going to come into a couple of other variations of puppy pose here. We're going to walk our hands all the way out to the left. A few breaths here. And over we go all the way to the other side. Good. Coming back to center. Getting ready. Up we go again. Downward facing dog. Heels do not have to touch the floor. Whatever it looks like for you is just fine. You can keep your knees bent a lot, or you can even take your feet out a little bit wider. Good. Coming into plank pose. I'm going to hang out here for the rest of the class for the next 10, 12 minutes. Just kidding. I don't think I could do it either. From here, coming into downward facing dog, no matter where your heels are, where your feet are, just let them be. Come forward into plank one more time. Up we go, downward facing dog. Forward to plank. Going to lower down here onto our forearms. If this is an option for you, great. If not, you can lower to your knees. Going to stay here for just a few breaths. Good. Coming back up. And then lowering all the way down onto our front body. Coming up into this little baby cobra. Some call it Sphinx pose. And then grounding into our hands, raising ourselves up into another variation of baby pose, or cobra pose, sorry. Wherever you are, just be mindful and thoughtful of your own practice. Good. Lowering down. Taking our hands all the way out. Lifting our right leg up and over. It's one of my very favorite postures. I don't even know what it's called, to be honest with you. And up we come and over to the other side. Back up we go. Hands into a push-up position. So we try to keep our wrists underneath our elbows. This is the perfect variation of a chaturanga. And then we come up. You can use your knees if you like. And then up we go into downward facing dog. Going to step our right foot forward, lower down onto our left knee. Hands come to the inside of our right foot into this low lunge. On our inhale, we're going to twist to the right, extending our right fingertips towards the ceiling. You can actually see my right arm is shaking a little bit. I did a really intense chest workout yesterday with my kids, and my arms are throbbing today. And then lowering our right hand down to the inside, we're going to take ourselves into this cycler stretch. Good. And then coming forward, curling our left toes under, and up we come into this sort of quasi-triangle pose. It's actually a preparation for triangle pose. Good, we're going to take our left knee here, and we're going to take our left knee behind our right heel. I'm going to come into this seated twist here, taking our left arm around, right fingertips behind us, sitting nice and tall. I like to try to keep my toes active so they're a little bit flexed, a little bit engaged. Good. And then we're going to come back up and step our left foot back, take our right foot back, and we're back in plank position. Lowering down. Inhale back up into this cobra pose. And lowering down, back up we go. Use your knees if you like, and up we go into downward facing dog. Stepping our left foot forward, lowering to our right knee. Both hands are on the inside of our left foot, and we're in this low lunge position again. Grounding our right hand, and extend our left fingertips towards the ceiling. And lowering down. Coming back into this cycler stretch. Very intense stretch for some people. It is for me. Be mindful if you have any electrical sensations behind your knees, then just don't push so hard. Coming forward, curling our toes under, coming back up. Your hands can be on your fingertips here, or you can lower them down. It's a bit too much for me. I'm good here. If you have blocks, you can use blocks as well. We're going to take our right knee, bring our right knee behind us. Sometimes, as you can see, you just sort of don't end up on your mat, so whatever's available is fine. This mat's a little bit small for me. And releasing, taking our hands back up to the front of our mat, taking our right foot back, left foot back, coming into plank once again. We're going to lower down onto our forearms. Last time we'll do this, but then we're going to come onto our side plank. So you can either stack your feet up on top of one another. You can also be here, okay? Extend your left arm to the ceiling. Good. Lower down. We're going to head over to the other side. Extend your right arm to the ceiling. Getting the shakes again. And lowering down. Staying here for just a few more moments. Lowering to our knees. Taking our knees a little bit wider. We're going to come into this child's pose. Either your arms are extended out in front of you, or you can take them out beside you. This is actually child's pose, the full version. Knees a bit closer together. But my shoulders are a little achy today from that workout, so I'm just going to stay here for a few more breaths. Good. Coming all the way back up. I'm going to come into seated. I think I have an eyelash in my eye or something. All right. I'm going to come into this lovely stretch here. Sitting nice and tall. Butterfly pose can be a little bit intense. It's different for everybody. Everybody's anatomy is also different, so you find different variations of this. So sitting nice and tall. If it's available to you, you can fold forward from your pelvis. If it's not available to you, Then you can just round your shoulders, round your spine. Good. Coming all the way back up. Taking our legs out to straight. I'm going to turn towards the side of my mat here, coming down onto my back. Good. So, taking our hands to our side. Lifting up into bridge pose. If this is as far as you can go, that's fine. If you like, you can go a bit deeper. Take your hands here. Only go as far as you can to where you can still maintain a steady breath. From here, coming into happy baby. We're going to grab a hold of our knees first of all, then possibly our ankles, and then possibly the outer edges of our feet, whichever one is available to you. Eventually, our entire spine is flat on the mat, but you work with what you have. And your breath is the most important part of this practice. Our entire practice is a bit of a metaphor for our life. If you're doing too much in a posture, you're usually doing too much in your life. So you're just trying to find that sweet spot where you can still maintain steadiness and ease in the posture. Good. From here, bringing our knees together. Just a little bit, one more lift here. And lowering down. Coming into Shavasana for just a few breaths. Good. Raise your left arm, bend your knees, roll over onto your left side, and up we go into seated posture. You do not have to end your practice in Shavasana if you don't want to. It depends on the time of day. Thanks for practicing with me, friends. Go ahead and leave the results of your practice in the comments section. If you want to continue to practice, there's another video that's popping up on your screen right now. Have an awesome day. See you next time.